My name is Lucia and welcome to my first video. It took me some time to choose the topic for it, but then I remembered that it's the time of the Olympic Games, so sport theme turned out to work quite well. This year I'm cheering for my favorite figure skater, Yuzuru Hanyu. I plan to upload this video before his free program, since his short one was splendid. Good luck! So, my family is good at sports. Really good. This could be our family photo. Plus more curly hair. I always blame the genetic roulette wheel. In my imagination, there's a specific moment when your DNA decided whether you'd end up being a great child or a black sheep. In my case, well, once my parents asked me why I was so bad at any sort of physical exertion. Here is a graph I presented them with. And if you don't believe in science and reason, I came up with a different explanation, a more magical one. Sugar, spice, and everything nice, etc. And then sport memes.
Silent scan.
My clumsiness was clearly visible during my childhood. I was walking to the living room from the kitchen with a plate of spaghetti in my hands. Yes, I ate in the living room like a rebel. Then I tripped over an invisible obstacle. In front of my eyes, I could see all of these beautiful things that could happen, but never would. And then reality came, and it was over before it could begin. Also, I stained the carpet with a tomato sauce. We haven't cleaned it completely to this day.
Silent scan.
Another story happened in primary school. We were playing volleyball, my classmates were playing volleyball, while I was making up some stories. I was quite an imaginative kid, so I spent most of physical education daydreaming and writing fairy tales in my head. Then I remembered that I was technically playing a game, so I started to look for a ball. I couldn't find it, so I raised my head to. At least I didn't get seriously hurt, but it still hurt.
Silent scan.
Once I actually got injured. It was in secondary school when I got my thumb sprained. The doctor said that I couldn't write anything for a month, so she gave me a note from my teacher with a clear instruction. I can't write anything, but I can listen to the lectures. The next day, I was to take a physics test. So I was like, kick, kick, kick. I will watch the other suffer. So I didn't study for this test. Then my teacher announced that she couldn't see a problem with my hand. Sure, I can't write with my right hand, but I can with the left one. She gave 5 extra minutes, and that was all the mercy I got. So I got angry. I tried to look concentrated, while not looking as annoyed as I was. But come on! I almost stabbed the paper with my pen. My handwriting was illegible, and I didn't bother to do anything about it. 2 weeks later, my teacher was to tell us our grades, but I couldn't care less. When I got my paper, I got an A, as the only one in my class. After that lesson, she asked me to stay for a minute. She was all like, "Oh, I was so surprised you have done so well. You look like you haven't studied, so I was prepared to give you an F. Are you for real?"
Silent scan.
Let's get back to the primary school, since it was a period of my life when I failed at everything connected to sport. I was getting ready for a run, casual running. Then my teacher told me that my running style was way too theatrical and I needed to stop it. No, it wasn't. Well, maybe a little. In the end, my teacher forbade me running till the time I finally learned how to do it properly. I didn't even try. I watched other girls run and put up with fatigue. That year, I didn't run even once, and somehow I got B for physical education.
Silent scan.
Anyway, I've always been the last or second to last one to get chosen when it came to making teams during physical education lessons. But once, I was paired last. Probably because the other girl was still sick from a 2-week flu. And the other one had her arm broken but still insisted on playing that day.
Silent scan.
The last story for today is a recent one. I got interested in ice skating, and after learning my first jump, I asked my parents to buy me a brand ice skates for Christmas. They agreed, and soon I visited my local ice rink. And then I fell. Turns out that I didn't remove the cover from the ice skates bob. I'm cheering for Is Your Honey today. I even took part in an internet prayer on Facebook. Hope it helps. I want to thank my friends Nit Bałek for sending me dozens of links to websites about drawing. If anything ends up looking bad, it's her fault. Also, huge thanks to Hamilton and Marta for checking the script. Thank you for watching. My aim is to entertain. I'm Lucia, and I hope to see ya, metaphorically, soon.